don't even know if I can get through this part. This was our last day in Japan.
Okay, I don't honestly know how much longer I can do this program. I have to meet all sorts of different people, and then they're such amazing people, and then within a couple hours I have to say goodbye again. And honestly, just thinking about it, I could probably squeeze out a few tears just without even trying at all.
This experience has taught me so much about Japan. I've learned a lot about their culture, like the flower arranging and the tea ceremony and the calligraphy, and I just feel like I've been opened up to a whole new way of life. I've also made a lot of memories here and a lot of friends, and it's an experience that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Definitely the way people act out here has affected me, so it's making me, I think I feel like I don't want to litter and stuff like that. So definitely some cultural differences that I probably want to bring over to America that I really like out here in Japan, so that has affected me also.
That I never thought that I could make friends with someone from across the world so easily. It really shows that you can be a Kakahashi, a bridge. You really can, you know, a friendship. Because, I mean, it's just really surprising. Even though there's like a language barrier, it's really easy. Everybody's really nice. You wouldn't expect it. Like, if in America people aren't this nice, they just don't care about you. But here, everybody's just concerned about you. They legitimately want to know that you are okay. That's everyone. Like, the people in the hotel, people on the street, host family, and it really just makes you want to bring that to America. Just, you know, bring it back a little bit of that kindness.
How this has affected me, I feel like I need to be more, me and just everyone that really in America, everyone just needs to be more polite and just more outgoing, and needs to try and help everyone, even if you don't know them, better. Like, if you see someone on the street and they're in trouble or just need advice or need to find something, you should help them, because in Japan everyone knows that and everyone tries their best to do that. And in America, people just don't care about you at all. Like, they'll just be like, oh, okay. But in Japan, I mean, it's like everyone just treats you like their family.
Kind of affected me by giving me more of a perspective on the language that I was learning, because I'd never really been outside of the country before, and this is my first time leaving America, and I had been studying Japanese for like 2 years, but I never really applied it to anything really outside of Japan Bowl, and I never really kind of got a feel for how the culture really was until I came here. And yeah, I actually got to apply what I learned, and it was really interesting to see kind of how the culture really does work in all aspects of their country. So I thought that was really cool, and I got a different perspective on it.
Well, it affected me because I had got a more broad perspective on life. There are different kinds of cultures, and I would really like to learn them all. But of course, Japan is going to be my favorite since it's so clean and the air is clean. I think that they do really a good job of taking care of it. So what I've got from that is that I should actually like notice the litter and stuff and try and clean up the earth as well.
Really interesting to watch all the people do their, rituals there, washing their hands with the water, cleansing themselves with the smoke, all that stuff,
the traditions really is what got to me most out of all of that. And that's definitely, you know, one thing that I'd like to bring back to the USA is, you know, a lot more traditions. Another thing that struck me was, you know, all their niceness. Everyone was really nice in Japan. You know, no one, not like America. I mean, America, somebody's gonna like take your money or all that. Japan, you know, they'll return it to you if you lose it. I mean, that's what happened to me earlier. And I wish some of that niceness would just pass on back to America, because America's, you know, it's a good place and all, but I know it definitely could use some tweaking up. So that's one of the major things I bring back, and that affected me the most.
It has impacted me by giving me more confidence with my Japanese, along with teaching me some new words in the language. The trip has also made me experience more cultural things of Japan and more of its food and aspects of it. And it's also affected me by having me go places that I've never gone before, like Tojimbo and the cliffs.
Definitely improved my Japanese a lot, and I got a lot more comfortable with it. Before I was kind of choppy and stuttery, but I just, like, once I actually got to talking with native speakers, I just got a lot more comfortable with it, and it's definitely got me a lot more interested in Japanese culture than I was before.
It has affected me in a really positive way. I'm really excited to go back and study harder, and I hope that I can come back and do an exchange program and maybe eventually maybe go to a high school, like study a year abroad, and I'm going to study my hardest.
I met so many amazing people. I felt like I could become real friends with all these people. People who resembled me, people I wanted to get to know with similar interests, new interests, all sorts of different things. And then just a few hours later, I had to say goodbye. And then I meet strangers on the streets, and then we start having interesting conversations. And everyone's just so interested in foreign culture because Japan's so shut off from the rest of the world. And I really don't want to leave, but now I have to leave. And that's just something I really can't bear to do.
And the fact that we had to say goodbye is really hard. It was really hard to do. Just all the places we went to was so amazing. The food was amazing. The people was amazing. Just everything in Japan is amazing. And the fact that we had to say goodbye after only 10 days was really hard.
The culture in general was kind of like what I'd want to take back and like share with people, because it's just so different, and it was a totally new experience, and I really loved it.
So yeah, it's a really cool experience, and I think anybody who comes to Japan will have a good time.
Cultural experience. Also, we went to the beach, and the food was amazing. All the food, all of it.
The thing that I want the students to take away from this trip is how important it is to embrace international relationships. When you are surrounded by people who are only like you have such a one-dimensional view of the world. So it's very important to interact with other cultures, other people, so that you have a more broad perspective of what the world is really like. So I am so happy that we had as many cultural experiences as we did. I think it gave the students a very broad picture of Japan, not just Tokyo like we see in America a lot of times, but we were out in the countryside and saw people doing jobs that are their jobs in real life, and it was actually very enlightening. What I'm going to do when I get back to America is be more aware of how I treat other people. I think I'm a very kind person and very open person, but I have seen how much more respectful the Japanese people are to all people, not just the people that they know. And so I want to take that back with me and really look for ways that I can be kind and respectful, not only to people but to the environment as well. I'm also going to take back a love of the food and culture of Japan. Very simplistic yet wonderful. The way so many things come together to make a beautiful experience. I will definitely return to Japan. I want to bring my family and share this wonderful culture with them.
Before I start this, taking the students to Kakehashi trip, I was pretty nervous about this. And I was not sure how it's going to turn out, if the students are going to be liking Japan. So I was pretty nervous, but I am very happy how it turned out. Students have been practicing Japanese more and more daily. They've been confident about themselves because we got provided the opportunities to speak in front of everybody, in front of talking to the local people, interact with school principals and host families. So I have seen the growth in my students that, you know, from the, well, I'm not sure what to say, I'm not sure if my Japanese is good enough, to that being more confident and they enjoy talking to others and make friends with Japanese people. And so through that, I really am happy to see my students. Now it's the end of the trip that they tell me that they want to stay in Japan and they want to continue learning Japanese and they want to challenge themselves to a higher level. Maybe do exchanges in the future and then maybe even live in Japan, find a job in Japan. So I really it made my day to hear all that from my students. And I want them to continue learning Japanese, and also I want them to build their confidence, continue being confident in themselves and keeping not only with Japanese people, with also with people, with even the American students, within the American students, American people, and also people are from around the world. I want them to be the ambassador and keep building bridge among those people around the world. And I'm very confident that our students, my students, can do that in the future. And I'm planning on, as a Japanese teacher, I'm planning on keeping in touch with the people in Japan, the people who we met from Kakehashi and also others. And I'm hoping that we can come back to Japan and then continue building our relationship. And I plan to also keep on seeking the opportunities for our students, my students, to be able to come back to Japan. 国際交流基金の皆様、本当に今回はこの素晴らしい機会を与えていただいてありがとうございました。
Grant me to, grant me to,
하루에 한 번만 그댄 떠올려줘요 Miss you 하루에 한 번만 나는 잊어볼게요 그것도 안 돼요 그것도 안 돼요 그것도 안 되면 그럼 난 어떡하나요 그대 한마디에 나는 웃어요 거울처럼 매일 살아요 나의 하루는 그대의 것이죠 그대를 안 됩니다